We're standing on the edge now. This is the moment that we came for. And now we're going it alone. We just wanna know. We just wanna go into the unknown.
Welcome to another edition of PCW Ultra Mutiny. My name is Mike Simmons, and we have a packed episode for you this week as we delve deeper into our Ultra archives. In this week's main event, a hidden gem of a four-way match from 2017 as the King of Swerve, Strickland, takes on Fenix, Eli Everfly, and Misterioso from Second to None. But first, we bring you a rematch of the technical masterclass between renowned submission specialist Timothy Thatcher and the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, Joe Graves. At Release the Kraken, Thatcher was able to trap the arm and tap Graves out for the first ever recorded win in PCW history. And at The Shining, these two met again for another battle in what would become a fierce rivalry. Just a reminder, these were simple, humble beginnings for PCW, so thanks for bearing with us as we present raw, unfiltered content from our inaugural year. Let's take it down to ringside with the voices of PCW Ultra, Todd Kennelly and Christian Cole.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 30-minute time limit. Introducing first, out of New York, weighing 238 pounds, the Soul Fighter, Joe Graves.
The Soul Fighter Joe Graves makes his way to the ring here on PCW The Shining, and he is walking with a purpose. He has redemption, revenge on his mind. Ended up on the wrong end of things last time he faced his opponent, Timothy Thatcher, at Release the Kraken. He gets another shot tonight.
Timothy Thatcher, Joe Graves, Timothy Thatcher. If I told you you were going to have a dream about the two best wrestlers, who would they be? Many people who know, many people who are in the know would name these two names, Timothy Thatcher and Joe Graves.
His opponent from Sacramento, California, weighing 224 pounds, Timothy Thatcher.
In this incredible athletic rivalry of precision grappling, here's the man who's got the momentum, Timothy Thatcher, coming off of a victory via armbar the last time they faced each other. But Thatcher in that matchup was a late replacement.
Yeah, he was a substitute. We had a guy coming in here, a super talented guy from San Francisco, California, named Rick Luxury. Rick had to cancel. We brought in Tim Thatcher. It was one of the greatest accidents to ever happen at PCW because Tim Thatcher can go.
These two know each other so well, but the question remains, does Graves have a gripe based on what happened? You always got to be ready to go against anybody in this great sport.
Well, I think what you're getting at is when you have two great technical wrestlers, two mat technicians like Timothy Thatcher and Joe Graves, can personal conflict get into it? Can having an issue with the other guy, can anger and emotion become part of the story of the match between these two gentlemen? Or will we see what we saw last time, which was amazing technical prowess, like locking up like two rams in the middle of the ring, just like now?
A lot to be settled here, as prior to their Release the Kraken matchup, Graves had actually gotten a victory over Timothy Thatcher in a high-profile matchup. So this, in essence, the war to sell the score here, the rubber match. And obviously, what do you think that you would think that Graves has been working submission defense? He's been working a way to defend against that armbar. You know, how is he going to adapt his game here tonight against Thatcher?
Well, let's keep it real here. I mean, Todd, Graves trains all year. It's like when McGregor fought Diaz recently, people asked, do you think it's, Diaz didn't train enough? That's not what it's about. These guys train 365 days a year. Now, if you don't know your opponent, you might need to, figure them out a little bit better. But what I'm saying here basically is that these two guys are always trained. They're always ready, Todd Kennelly, and this is no different.
Well, these two are in the same weight class, I'll tell you that much. As Thatcher starts to go to work on the arm, and again, is that going to creep into the psyche of Graves? We'll see how it plays out in this matchup. These two were made to compete with each other.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is just such a refreshing version of professional wrestling here today when we see these jiu-jitsu technicians, these mat technicians, and now you see Graves slipping into mount but going for the arm bar here. and Thatcher actually grasping his own fingers, not allowing Graves to get the armbar, but now he's taking the back, and that's a bad place for Timothy Thatcher because Graves is a jiu-jitsu champion. He's a black belt. I mean, there's no way he's going to let him get out of that. Trying to manipulate the right foot, but it's not going to really work unless he gets the leverage. What Graves needs to do is he needs to slip his right arm under the chin of Thatcher and try and go for that rear naked choke. I think these guys are already sweating, Todd. That's probably having something to do with the inability for Graves to secure a submission there.
Both men scrambling
Wait, here
and
it
out.
is.
Graves able to sink in that armbar, but the ring positioning there of Thatcher quickly gets out, so damage not really done in that exchange.
And, you know, Todd, that's the difference between MMA and jiu-jitsu versus professional wrestling. You know, there is no rope breaks in MMA, but here, Tim Thatcher, a brilliant man and a brilliant professional wrestler, choosing to put his foot on the rope, knowing that will force the referee to break the hold.
Another difference, though, here between the world of professional wrestling and MMA. You're not going to get points here for submission attempts.
That's right.
This one ain't going to any judges' scorecards. There's got to be a winner here tonight, Christian.
Yeah, damn straight. There's no scorecards here, no judges. We're either going to see a 3 count or we'll be here until tomorrow. I mean, I'm okay with that because I can watch this all day. Oh, wow.
Another incredible transition there by Graves. Drops down all that body weight. I don't think he learned that one in the world of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, showing that he can adapt his game.
Well, that's the highlight of all of our roster here in Pacific Coast Wrestling is you have guys who can really do anything, guys from backgrounds all over the world, guys who've wrestled in Japan. These two guys, one's a black belt champion, the other one's working in Evolve across the nation, across the world. I mean, these two are really the best. It's not just us talking about it. It's two of the best in the world right here at Pacific Coast Wrestling.
And in Graves' case, the best, former Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu world champion. And Thatcher grinding the knuckles into the rib cage. Now quickly going for that armbar again. That's his go-to in this matchup. He got to win over Graves with it. He wants it again.
Yeah, he really does. I mean, I think that he may be a little too eager here to get this armbar. You know, you're wrestling a jiu-jitsu master. I mean, you don't want to focus too much on one limb, on one arm. And now, as you can see, I mean, Graves now taking the advantage position, passing his guard here, taking his back again. And again, now he needs to slip that right arm under the neck. Although it looks here he's sort of going for a Taz mission like by grabbing the left wrist of Timothy Thatcher.
Gonna be a rocket buster. Not for nothing. Now rolling through again. So
You used to work with Taz,
oh
Todd.
yeah, let's not talk about it. Great counter wrestling. And this is not the position that Graves wants to be in.
No, surfboard, modified surfboard here. Really just kind of pulling them up here. There's really nothing that Graves can do about this. What he wants to try and do is duck his head underneath, tuck his chin. Oh, wow. That must have been the sweat because he literally just let go of the grip there.
Yeah,
These
he
two
wasn't
men perspiring so much that it's really difficult to grab wrist control from that back position like that.
He was not rowing that boat gently down the stream, I'll tell you that much.
Not at all.
Now putting that body weight forward, really putting the flexibility of Thatcher to test. Pushes up,
Wow.
trying to
That looks
alleviate some.
agonizing.
He's got a long way to go to get to the ropes here.
That looks agony. He has two options here, Todd. He can go all the way to the rope, but what he can do is he can duck his head under and perform a somersault and try and use the leg leverage to push Thatcher into the ropes. Graves into the ropes over him.
Well, Graves just going to strike. Able to transition now, goes for the cover. So Graves knew that Thatcher was going to do everything he could to get to the ropes or reverse and just decided to transition to striking, and a nice call there. Nice audible by Graves.
That's what these guys are. They're quarterbacks of professional wrestling. This is literally the Peyton Manning versus the Tom Brady. And it's not that they have great arms or that they inflate footballs. What it really has to do with is the intelligence that these two guys bring to the game.
I think the sheriff would have hung up his badge a lot sooner if he had to face one of these guys, if they were coming off the corner on a pass rush.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt. Look at that. Now rolling with the armbar, really just trying to get that armbar with the head in there. He might want to go for the triangle. What he's going to need to do is actually take his own foot and pull it back into the crevice of his right knee, trapping Thatcher's neck within that grasp.
Thatcher so well adapted for submission grappling, and going for a ride again. Making him think about it, the pain, the blues, the agony etched all over the face of Graves. He is in trouble.
Yeah, the referee making sure that doesn't have his beard in that grasp. You know, grabbing that beard, grabbing anything like hair like that is not legal here at Pacific Coast Wrestling. Just making sure, but Thatcher now going around and really working that left shoulder of of Graves, and that rotator cuff, it's a very sensitive joint. I mean, if you work that enough, you can take a guy's entire arm out, and that changes the dynamic of the match.
And a big shot right across the shoulder blades. Yeah, that AC joint of Graves is screaming right now. Thatcher looking for that Fujiwara armbar. Beautiful counter into the throw by Graves.
Wow.
Great action, and that is a turning point in this matchup, Christian.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, this one's gone back and forth, but that one looked serious. I think Thatcher might be hurt here. Graves trying to muscle him up, but not able to do it. Thatcher with the presence of mind to send him into the turnbuckle. And now you're seeing the mean streak and the expression on the face of Timothy Thatcher as he aggressively throws him down to the mat.
Oh, hell yeah, you are. That one, which doesn't kill him, only pisses him off more. Thatcher was looking for the Fujiwara, but Graves, he's looking for that rear naked. Can he cinch it in?
And I want you to look real close at your TV monitor, guys, because Timothy Thatcher's nose is broken, and he taps out. That's what it was, Todd. It all ended. This match ended with the fact that Thatcher was trying so hard to get that armbar, and Graves ultimately taking him, slamming him down to the mat, and Thatcher's nose, by all accounts, probably is broken, Todd.
Graves with a big measure of revenge. Another technical classic between two great rivals.
Your winner of the match, Joe Graves.
Dan Masters making it official. The winner of the match is Timothy Graves. As Thatcher now in the corner just really looks angry. I mean, the referee might want to calm him down.
Well, certainly disappointed, no doubt.
Yeah, referee Buddy Long wants to make sure that he doesn't allow any of the emotion of Timothy Thatcher to make either one of these guys regret their standings here at PCW. Management watching very carefully. Thatcher not that guy, but he looks pissed off. I mean, his nose is broken.
Oh, disappointed. He wanted to make it too straight against his rival. Crowd showing great respect, as do these two great warriors of the ring. But how much did that broken nose and the bleeding come into play there? I mean, bad enough you're in a rear naked choke, but you got blood streaming from your nose. How did that affect?
Well, just for the record, I think the breaking of his nose actually happened at the very end of the match. He had taken his rotator cuff, put him in an arm bar, and then thrown him down to the canvas. I think that's where the injury happened. But real
What you
quick,
just
before we-
saw was the best wrestler in the world. I don't like to talk, but it needs to be known that he is the best wrestler in the world. I released the Kraken, he was better than me. Everybody loses. It's what you get out of losing that makes you who you are. Are you a man or are you a champion? Tonight, I was the best guy in the world.
On that night, Joe Graves solidified himself as one of the premier athletes in Pacific Coast Wrestling, and he was poised to make a run at the Ultra Championship until an untimely injury forced him out of action later that year. We'll share some of Joe Graves' story as we continue our deep dive into our inaugural year here on Mutiny. But if you want to catch all the action from The Shining, check out PCWOnDemand.com and stream hundreds of hours filled with some of the very best wrestling on the planet. Still to come, Fenix versus Everfly versus Misterioso versus Swerve in an underrated classic. Mutiny rolls on right after this.
One, two, three, four.
In Japan, we have embraced many things from the West. We honor them. We celebrate them. And master them. In return, we offer something for you to enjoy. Sapporo, Japan's oldest beer brand, now brewed and enjoyed around the world. And our way of saying,
Arigato.
I gotta send a huge shout out to Odd Palace, the band that gave us The Unknown, which is the anthem of PCW Ultra Mutiny. It's available on Apple Music, Spotify, and streaming outlets everywhere. This past Wednesday, the longest reigning ultralight champion in history, Superstar Jake Atlas, made his NXT TV debut. And next week, we're going to show you the breakout match of his PCW career when he took on ACH from Believe in 2018. It's one of the greatest matches in Ultra history, and it comes your way next week. We'll also go back to the main event of our inaugural event, Release the Kraken. Before he carved a path of destruction as the leader of Warbeast, the Almighty Sheik terrorized the entire roster, starting with MVP. And next week, you'll see these two wage war.
MVP. We don't need to go over resume. I know exactly who you are, MVP. And I know that you know exactly who I am. WWE World Titles, the Tokyo Dome, Roberto Clemente Stadium in Puerto Rico, Korakuen Hall, WrestleMania, Puerto Rico, Japan, Australia, Canada, Mexico, every continent, every country. Between you and I, MVP, we have done everything and anything a man can do in the sport of professional wrestling. Except one thing. We have never wrestled each other. Consider this your warning, MVP. This will not be a wrestling match. This will not be a scientific match. This will not be catch as catch can, MVP. This will not be predictable. No. In fact, MVP, this will be very unpredictable. But we are living in such unpredictable times, are we not? In unpredictable times, MVP calls for a reliable friend!
This contest, scheduled for one fall with a 30-minute time limit, it is a PCW Light Heavyweight Contendership match. Introducing our first participant from Tacoma, Washington, weighing 169 pounds, he is the International King of Swerve, Shane Strickland.
Shane Strickland making his PCW debut. A shot at a title match down the line, but no stranger to championship gold. Get this, Christian Cole. This man, the current Wrestle Circus Ringmaster champion, the current CZW heavyweight title holder, has held gold in Lucha Underground as well. This guy, for him, winning championships is his business. Business is damn good.
There is nobody with as much swag, with as much swerve, with as much cool as Shane Strickland. This dude is legit. And not only is he good at what he does in the ring, but he's got all the fly girls outside of the ring too. Say what you want about his methods, say what you want about his attitude, his chip on his shoulder. I think this guy's great.
Introducing our second participant from Tijuana, Mexico, weighing 194 pounds, Misterioso.
Misterioso also making his PCW debut. Proof positive that PCW bringing the greatest light heavyweight stars from around the world. All four of these competitors made weight, unlike Alexander Hammerstone, his last time out.
Of course you want to sit here and harp on Hammerstone for missing weight. I think Hammerstone got screwed. All of a sudden PCW wants to change it from 215 to 205. What's it going to be next week? 185?
205.
How many times is this company going to try and hold down Alex Hammerstone? How many times? You have no answer for me.
I think he's going to have to shift gears to the heavyweight title. That's ever if he comes back from his suspension.
It's a suspension. It's not an expulsion. Do you know English? He's coming back.
Indefinitely.
That means definitely he's coming back. In indefinite terms, that he's coming back. And we're just getting started. These two are out here. But the two men that are coming out now, very impressive.
And our third participant makes his way to the ring from Atlantic City, New Jersey, weighing 125 pounds. He is a PCW Young Guns winner, the Fly, Eli Everfly.
Eli Everfly captivated the fans at the very first PCW Young Guns, garnered the most votes, and then it paid off. What a match. When Hammerstone not able to make weight, I'll mention it again, and was out of his championship match with the former champion, now Mr. 450, Hammerstone, full of rage, took on this youngster who ended up gaining a victory by disqualification. But man, oh man, did Everfly show that he is able to survive.
Everfly can go. No one's questioning the fact that he can go with the best of them. I just am getting really sick and tired of hearing you talk about Hammerstone as if it was his fault that he missed weight. He was on a keto diet. He had his keto levels wrong, and he checked all of his metas and all that other stuff, and it wasn't working out that day. And so he gets suspended? Who's running this show?
Our fourth and final participant in this match makes his way to the ring from Mexico City, Mexico, weighing 184 pounds, Fenix!
How about that? Fenix is la mierda.
Well, that's pretty funny, Todd. You're working on your Spanish. Maybe you should work on your English.
What a match this is going to be. Christian Cole, there you see Ray Fenix. Not his first rodeo here in PCW. In his debut, victorious over Extreme Tiger. Really powerful as a light heavyweight competitor. He caught Extreme Tiger, took him down with a tombstone pile driver. Will he find success here again? Got to go over the rules, Christian Cole. First fall, first pin or submission, gets the victory and gets a shot down the line at either Douglas James or Leo Rush, the winner of tonight's big light heavyweight title matchup.
Yeah, and because there's only one pin, and because this is not an elimination style match, you could basically steal the victory. Sit on the outside, watch what's going on in the ring, and eventually try to steal the victory. We'll see who plays by the rules and the strategy from each guy here. There's a lot of Mexicans in the ring.
Have to also be an opportunist, Christian Cole, because you can maybe steal a pinfall, but you can also break them up. So you kind of have to get two of those opponents out of there if you can. Make it a one-on-one contest, do you not?
Yeah, you're exactly right, Todd. First time tonight, probably the last, but that's how it is. Oh, God!
Oh, score one for me and score one for Ray Fenix going upstairs.
See, if you notice, Fenix didn't pin Everfly, even though he almost probably knocked him out with that knee, because there's too many guys in the ring. And that's the strategy you have to figure out. How to overcome the odds of three men trying to stop you from getting a pinfall at all times.
Excellent point, Christian. You go for a pin, you
Thank
make
you.
yourself vulnerable as well. Look at this athleticism now on display. Spinning back kick downstairs goes Rey Fenix in there with Misterioso. Misterioso in the orange and white, taking on Rey Fenix in the blue and silver.
I heard both these dudes are super ugly when they take off their masks. Uglyoso.
Well, it takes one to know one, pal.
I'm super handsome. I don't know what you're talking about. You're pretty handsome too, Todd.
Oh, thanks, pal. I appreciate it. Springboard attempt there by Fenix, but Misterioso out of there. Big opportunity.
Oh, look at this. Look at the strength by Misterioso. Oh, wow.
Misterioso, I think, billed at 194, but, I mean, he looks like he cut weight and then rehydrated. I mean, he is a big light heavyweight. He is a powerhouse.
Well, he's smart. I mean, he came in, he made weight, then he goes and he rehydrates and eats some food. Couple tacos, un burrito. Look at these guys go, man. Damn.
Conspicuous by their absence right now, Shane Strickland and Eli Everfly. I would love to get a shot of them here at some point. But right now, the focus on Misterioso and Fenix, and they're the only two that can win this matchup right now, Christian. You got to put an opponent away in the center of the squared circle.
But the thing is, TK, is that Shane and Everfly on the outside, oh, now they came back in. They're there. They're watching the whole time. Very good strategy by both Everfly and Strickland. And now they want to take the center of the ring.
They were buying some time on the outside. Size discrepancy here for Everfly, but that's nothing new to him. Always overcomes the odds. Round and round he goes where he stops. Only Everfly knows, but look at the balance by Strickland.
Strickland's just showing off. I hate this. What a show off.
That is why he is the international king of Swerve. Thought you were going to take him down with the head scissors. Not so fast.
Wow, look at that stall right there. Ooh, Strick.
Stalemate City here in the early going of this one. Again, first one to score a pinfall or submission gets a date with this Destiny down the line for the light heavyweight title.
You should tell the fans that 3 more times.
I think I might.
And now look at this.
One for each rotation here by Eli Everfly. My goodness.
Man, Everfly is undersized, but as athletic as anybody in this industry. And he's insane. Look at this kid.
Super unorthodox as well. You never know where Everfly is going to hit you from. Misterioso putting an end to that party.
Well, look at turnabout's fair play, so to speak. I mean, this guy, everyone's pulling each other out of the ring. And look at this. Oh, God. Oh, no.
Suicide dive to the outside. Nothing keeping up Shane Strickland but that guardrail on the outside. Misterioso now flies. Flip dive to the outside. What action?
I could do that, actually.
Yeah, into a pool, perhaps. How about over concrete through some opponents?
You watching my Snapchats? You saw me in the pool? It's fine. Look at these two luchadors going on the outside now, brawling. Oh, wow.
Strickland was trying to pick up the 7-10 split. Couldn't do it. And now Everfly, look out, this kid just does not give a damn.
So impressive. Eli Everfly's desire to do whatever it takes to position himself as the #1 contender for the PCW Light Heavyweight Championship.
We're back to square one, though, Christian Cole, because we got all 4 competitors out there on that cold concrete. They're all on their backs, but you need to get somebody's shoulders on the mat. Hey, I mentioned it one more time.
Man, I really like Everfly's, decision there to just go high risk because he took out almost everybody, but now he's the one hurting on the outside, and it looks like Strickland and
Fenix.
They've recovered. Oh, my God!
Out of nowhere, high impact. Look at Strickland move. Oh, it's good. It's through the uprights.
Strick has got so much swerve, man. So much swerve.
What exactly is Swerve?
You wouldn't know anything about it, Todd. Swerve is something cool people have. I have it. Strick has it. MK, other guys on our roster.
I don't think MK has any swerve.
He's swervy as hell.
Oh, yeah, he's pretty swervy when it comes to those contracts.
Now Rick Knox allowing some leeway there, getting to a 4 count, but telling Strick, you got to stay off him in the corner.
So the difference between swag and swerve, if you would.
You know what? I don't owe you anything. I'm not teaching you about this.
Well, there goes my chance of being cool.
That ended 35 years ago, Todd.
Head and shoulder fake there by Rey Fenix, but runs into a buzzsaw there. Big clothesline by Shane Strickland. Looking for a shot to collect more championship gold. Lateral press, only a count of 2.
Wow.
Count of 2, all right. 2 dados.
Ooh, big open hand slaps from Strick. And now Shane Strickland with a big boot into the corner. And what is he thinking here, Todd?
Remains to be seen. He loves to go up top for that big double stomp, that swerve stomp. Not in a position for it right now, but trying to soften up Rey Fenix. Fenix now closes the gap in a hurry. Great striking by these light heavyweights.
Strickland really controlling the position of this luchador. And it's...
Oh my goodness,
wow.
are you kidding me?
For Rey Fenix is never out of a match.
Boy, all these guys are swinging for the fences. And
Look
now
at Eli.
Everfly back in there. Uh-oh, could be a gory special. Oh, it's going to be gory, all right.
And he comboed it with a leg drop on Misterioso and a cover.
And now, hey, doesn't cost any more to try. Now the cover on Eli Everfly, and again, only a count of 2. Now looking for a pin on Strickland.
Unable to keep any of the 3 men's shoulders down for 3 full seconds.
Great action here. Who is going to get a shot at the light heavyweight title? I'm sure Douglas James, Leo Rush preparing for that big title matchup, but you got to think they might have an eye on this one too.
Now Rey Fenix and Misterioso both trying to make their way to their feet. Oh, wow.
It has been a breakneck pace since the opening bell. Only when you maybe get a shot to be on the outside looking in. You know, do you maybe get a second of respite in this thing? But again, you have to, that's a deadly game to play. You got to be in that ring to score the victory. And with the speed of these competitors, it can happen awfully quick. Missile drop kick now by Misterioso.
Is that like a lucha beard that he has?
Lucha beard.
Is it his lucha beard?
Lucha mohawk too. We've got all kinds of stuff going on there. A lot of plumage.
Oh, Strick with 2 boots straight to the gut. And Shane Strickland now. Oh my God!
Drives him straight down, flatliner. And those boots, a top priority weapon to Strickland because he likes that swerve stomp. So he'll try and soften up your abdominal region. Again, right back to this interesting, unique matchup between Everfly and Strickland. You're only going to see a match like this here at PCW in the midst of a 4-way matchup like this one. Look out now. Thought it was going to be a crossbody. Caught in the wheelbarrow. Cultivating some pain.
Eli Everfly is so impressive. Like, I've legit never liked this guy, but he is good.
Problem with Everfly is, though, Christian Cole, he's going to have to damn near knock his opponent out because I just don't think he has the body weight. Hold on now, into the cover. Oh, that was close.
That was almost it right there, Todd. That was super close.
Rey Fenix, fractions of a second away from earning a title shot. Whole lot of moving parts in this one, Christian.
It really is, and it's really difficult to put any one man away. As we touched on earlier, it's as if you need to isolate the men on the outside of the ring and then isolate your last opponent in the ring and try and get a cover.
In PCW, all about being the spectrum of professional wrestling. We saw impressive athletic heavyweights in our opener, how impressive was Fatu, and now these great light heavyweight competitors from all over the globe.
Strick now taking a whole handful of that mask.
You know, Strickland's from Orlando, Florida. He's finding himself in a big-time roller coaster in this matchup.
Big enziguri.
Mysterio now upside. I think we just saw Diente go flying. There was some serious molars going through the air.
These guys are putting on a show, Todd. Oh, wow. A quadruple down.
All 4 men were down. Now they're all back up. This is unbelievable.
And none of them having enough to continue.
That was that last bit of desperation there for the kip up. They all crumble back to the mat. crowd loving every second of this one. But who's going to be able to dig down deep here, Christian Cole? Who do you give the edge when it comes to being the freshest of these four?
I mean, right now the odds are even. I mean, look at these guys. I mean, everyone is still in the ring fighting. And now Everfly starting to control.
That's what Fenix did with Extreme Tiger, was able to overpower him. Now torture rack. Everfly though, crucifix bomb out of nowhere. I love this kid.
He's all right.
You can never count him out.
Oh, wow.
But Misterioso might be counting sheep. Look out now.
Oh,
Acai moonsault attempt.
That was a bad idea. Oh, he get it. He got the DDT. Man, Everfly, for a guy his size, is able to hang with some of the best in the world.
I'll tell you what, if a zombie apocalypse ever happens, I want Eli Everfly in my count, because this guy can survive. Strickland now, what the five-finger say to the face, into the powerbomb, no! Rolls through Everfly! That was unbelievable! I mean, this is some video game type stuff going on here, Christian Cole. Reversals like that, you just aren't used to seeing in real life.
Incredible, though, as Everfly now tries to push over the body of Shane Strickland. And Everfly, what is he thinking? This man constantly goes up high risk. And will he put his body on the line one more time?
Is he going to ascend just like Douglas James? Douglas James started in a seminar, then in the main event of Young Guns. Now he's the light heavyweight champion, defending later on tonight. Are we going to see the same with Eli Everfly up there with Misterioso? Precarious position. Whoa!
That was one of the coolest moves I've ever seen.
Fall away slam, almost like if a fall away slam and a Spanish fly had a baby. You just saw it right there.
The amount of danger in the attempt to execute that maneuver, I can't even describe to you how dangerous that is, and he just executed it perfectly, did Misterioso.
I've been around the block a long time, Christian Cole. Not often I see a whole lot that I've never seen before, but that happens quite a bit here inside the PCW ring.
Man, what are these two great luchadors thinking now? Misterioso, Rey Fenix, atop the corner. And you can see now, Todd, these guys are starting to get desperate. All trying to take high-risk maneuvers to put away their opponents.
Might come down to who can hit that big high impact. Now double stomp!
Oh my God, that was so loud. That was legit super loud.
And now, out of nowhere, Fenix into the cover. No, again, another close call.
And Rey Fenix, he is the PCW veteran in this ring. He's the only one that has had several matches here at PCW. A veteran of our company, has represented us well.
Well, along with Eli Everfly, a couple matches under his belt as well.
He had one match at PCW, he had one match at
Young Guns. That's a couple matches.
Don't try to correct me every single time.
Wow,
he's beating this guy down. Look at this. Damn.
He's going clubbing with the king of Swerve. Gotta try and take advantage. Shane Strickland now, oh man, shotgun knee. He caught all of that.
Jeez.
And going for a big shot there, but Eli Everfly's got a pretty small strike zone, Christian Cole.
He really does. But Shane's going up. And what may happen here may end the match. And a middle finger from Everfly to Shane Strickland.
Swerve stomp. Oh man, caught all of it. The eyes looking very strange there of Eli Everfly. Now he calls that the JML driver. Unreal. Strickland,
Your winner of the match and new #1 contender to the PCW light heavyweight title, Shane Strickland.
Christian Cole, what a contest. Shane Strickland, you might as well call him King Midas, because everywhere he goes, he turns everything to gold.
And as I told you during his entrance, the amount of swerve, the amount of swag, whatever you want to call it, that Shane Strickland brings, to me, makes him a future champion. Will it happen soon, now that he's the #1 contender? That's the question.
What a matchup. All four leaving absolutely everything inside the ring, outside the ring, all points in between. But in the end, it's Shane Strickland, the king of Swerve, who was elusive enough, aggressive enough to outlast the other three.
The king of Swerve, Shane Strickland, with the victory that launched his ascent to becoming one of the greatest champions in Ultra history. And if you want to watch one of the most heralded cards from top to bottom in over 4 years of PCW Ultra, go to PCWOnDemand.com and stream second to none, anytime, anywhere. Douglas James, Penta El Cero Miedo, Sammy Callahan, Johnny Ultra, Leo Rush, War Beast, David Starr, Mecha Wolf 450, and so many more round out an incredible lineup that you can watch right now in its entirety at PCWOnDemand.com. Next week, MVP faces the Almighty Sheik from year 1 of PCW Ultra, and we'll also take a look at one of the pillars in the heavyweight division from that time period, JR Kratos. Also, ACH and Jake Atlas collide in one of the greatest matches in Ultra history from Believe in 2018. For our entire crew, this is Mike Simmons, and we'll catch you next week here on Mutiny.